Okay, well, if our conversation today is specific to e-fuels, electrofuels, then no, we need to use electricity as the source, which really means electrolysis and it means selecting the right type of electrolyzer. So yes, there is a technology selection issue if you want to operate intermittent or not. Certain technologies are favored. If you want to bring heat back from the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis or the methanol synthesis back to heat up the water input and use solid oxide. So within the electrolyzer technology selection for e-fuels, there are issues. If we go beyond e-fuels and talk about sustainable fuels, right, which we're going beyond the scope of our gasworld TV session today, then yes, we can gasify biomass or we can gasify municipal solid waste and make syngas, CO and hydrogen, and then put that into a Fischer-Tropsch reactor. And whether or not the catalysts that Praz and Liz are working with are able to cope with that kind of syngas, I wouldn't really know. But a lot of conventional Fischer-Tropsch reactors have been taking a carbon monoxide hydrogen feed. So we kind of lean back on the old world of Fischer-Tropsch synthesis that was developed by Sasol in South Africa over the last 30 years. So yes, I mean, that would be green fuels. They would be biofuels, effectively, if it started off as wood and then gasify the wood to make syngas and then do Fischer-Tropsch processing. So it's sustainable. It's actually a little bit less expensive, typically, than doing electrofuels. But certainly in the SAF market, there's a forced market for the electrofuel, for the e-SAF, in the overall SAF mandate. And that market has been forced for the e-SAF because everybody knows that it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the equivalent biofuels. I think one of the most interesting combinations, Rob and Tom, is what I sometimes refer to as bioelectrofuels. Okay, bioelectrofuels, and that's combining the two things that we've just talked about. Because when we gasify waste or wood, we get one-to-one CO and hydrogen. And what we need to put into the Fischer-Tropsch reactor is 2-to-1 hydrogen to CO, right? So we need more hydrogen. And we can either achieve that with water gas shift reactions to boost the hydrogen concentration, or you say, great, I've got 1-to-1 hydrogen to CO from my gasifier. I add to that electrolytic hydrogen. Now I've got 2-to-1, and that's what I'm going to put onto my Fischer-Tropsch reactor. And that's what I refer to as a bioelectrofuel. It combines the gasification and the electrolysis, and we end up with a 50% e-fuel and a 50% biofuel based on the energy input.